Hey guys, it's Ian over at Road to Freedom RV Rentals. Wanted to talk to you real quick about renting out your camper. So we started the season last year, in 2022, so still this year. With this camper here, we started renting it out, had great success with it. We've recently added this camper here just this about a month ago. So we'll have it ready to go, added to our fleet for the next camping season. But wanted to give you guys some tips and tricks that we've learned throughout this first year. Also talk to you guys about consignment rentals and what that means. So follow along, like and subscribe to our channel. We hope to hear from you. Comment below. So first thing first, where do you rent your RV, right? Where do you go? How do you do it? So the very first thing you can do is you can hop on a website called RVShare. There's a few of these platforms out there, RVShare being one of them, Outdoorsy, there's RVeezy, RVeezy. So there's some major platforms out there that allow peer-to-peer RV rentals or camper rentals, right? Those are great resources. They offer insurance. Some of them have higher commissions than others, but basically what you're going to do is you're going to pay a percentage of your total booking to one of these platforms. And the reason why is they're providing you things like the credit card processing, right? They're going to handle all the money from the renter. They're going to offer insurance, so that way the unit's insured while the renter's occupying the camper or the RV. They'll also do the advertising, right? So a company like RVShare is going to be the #1 company you're going to see, or Outdoorsy. Those are, I believe, 1 and 2 in the marketplace. Those are going to be the first and second results in any type of Google search, right? So if you go on Google and you search, RV rentals near me, you're going to see RVShare and Outdoorsy all over the place. So those are great platforms. We personally use all 4. The most difficult part about using all 4 platforms is managing the calendars. So they don't sync together, right? So we're going to have to go into RVeezy, RVnGo, Outdoorsy, RVShare, and block off those calendar dates for any reservations that were made. And the other thing that we did is we had recently created a website so that way we can accept booking requests directly. It does save the renter some money. It also saves us paying the commission rates to those platforms. But those are great. If you just have a camper and you're looking to rent it out on the side, you're not looking to turn this into a business, using those platforms is going to be your #1 thing, okay? So get used to using those platforms. Get on RVShare, check it out. If you have any questions, see the link below. We have a... So once you guys are on the platform, really the second thing to do is going to be figuring out what you're going to include in your camper, right? What are you going to include in your listing? Are you going to provide bed linens? Are you going to provide a coffee maker? Are you going to provide an ice maker? Are you going to provide bowls, pots, pans, silverware, kitchen utensils, all of the items that are pretty much accustomed to when we go to like an Airbnb? For instance, a lot of the larger outfits I know do not provide bed linens, do not provide towels, because if they're renting out 20, 30 campers, that's a lot of linens and towels to wash, right? So that's something to factor in, is how much time is it going to take you to change the beds, wash the towels, wash the linens, make sure all the silverware is clean, the pots and pans, plates, bowls, cups, all that, right? So you got to figure out what you're going to include. Now, here at Road to Freedom, we want to make it as much of like an Airbnb as possible. We wanted to, not a lot of people are going to have a big SUV or a truck or something that they're going to be able to haul camping chairs and all their stuff and the kids and everything else, right? So we want you to basically walk in with just food and beverage and be able to start camping. So things that we provide, bowls, pots, pans, kitchen utensils, silverware, cups, all the main kitchen items are going to be in our camper. We also provide a Keurig coffee maker with some K-cups, some coffee creamer, some sugar. We also provide the outdoor rug. We provide some like yard games. So we camping chairs. So everything that we can possibly give to the renter to give them a great experience, the better. Now, we're not going to be the cheapest rental out there because obviously we're going to include all of these items, and we don't have them as add-on fees. Now, that's another thing that you'll find is on RVShare and Outdoorsy, you can have things like add-on fees. So if you want to add on a linen package, you can do that. You want to add on a towel package, you can do that, right? So you can charge for these items. We choose not to. We simply just include it basically in our monthly or our nightly rent payments. So that's all inclusive. Like I said, you can add those things as add-ons on these platforms. The other thing to really factor in is if you're going to be delivering the unit. Are you going to be delivery only? Are you going to trust somebody to drive your RV or tow your camper? Right? So that's another thing to factor in. How far are you willing to deliver to? For us, we do, a majority of ours are all delivery. We have one renter coming up this next season that's going to be towing one of our units, but all of our campers that were rented out this past season were all delivery. Now, the longest delivery I had was about 115 miles. The renter did ask me if I was okay with that, because originally I had set it at 100 miles max. I've recently changed that to 150 miles max. We charge a flat $250 for the first 50 miles, and that covers both ways. So you got to factor in you're picking it up and dropping it off, right? So I'm just 100 miles just there and back, and that's not including the unloaded trips. So we do $250 for the first 50 miles. Anything over that is $4 a mile. And then we have some custom, I guess you could say, delivery fees for local, very local campgrounds. So I have about 4 to 5 very local campgrounds to me that are within 20 miles. I don't charge $250 to drive to those places. And we have those listed specifically on Outdoorsy and RVshare that you can get the camper delivered to, like Proud Lake State Park, which is 5 minutes from my house, for $150, right? So that covers my time, getting the truck all hitched up. Also, spending time to, get the camper set up for you, all of that, right? Includes everything. We're going to, really have it ready to go. So when you walk in, the outdoor rug's laid, the chairs are set up, the coffee maker's out, everything's ready for you to go. It's supposed to be for you to walk in, set your clothes down, and start camping. So that's the biggest thing for us, is to really make it so that it's very stress-free for the renter. Once you have the delivery stuff figured out and you'll add that to your listing, the next thing is creating your listing, right? Getting really good pictures. I can't stress this enough. Getting good pictures, quality light. Make sure the curtains are opened up on the windows. Have the lights on inside of the camper. Make sure the outside of the camper is clean as well as the inside of the camper. Maybe go through and make all the beds. If you are going to be providing bed linens, show the potential renters what they're going to see when they walk into the camper, right? That's what you want to try to perceive to that renter, is what it's going to be like to them when they rent it from you. So take really good pictures, get a really good description laid out, and make it personable, right? Tie in why you're renting it. Maybe you want to step into the business side of things, and you want to show people how much fun they can have while camping. Because a lot of these renters that we have gotten over this past year are brand new to the RV world, sometimes brand new to camping. They've never even been to a campground. So you want to make sure that you're displaying what they're gonna get. So take good pictures, give a really good solid description, make sure that the lighting is good, take multiple pictures, take as many as you can. You really are selling yourself, especially on like a site like RVshare and Outdoorsy. There's hundreds of campers to choose from. They all have different fees, they all have different add-on costs, they all have different delivery charges. There's really no uniform script when it comes to these things. So you want to make yours stand out. One way of doing that is providing one of the best listings you can. And once you get everything set up on one of these platforms, you're going to be surprised. You will probably start getting some booking requests relatively soon. Once you get those booking requests, you'll be able to talk with that renter. Now, some people, you'll have the option as well to have an instant book where people can just go through and book it instantly. If you don't want to deal with that, you don't have to. We personally love it. We do the instant book because my wife and I both, when we shop, if we can't instantly book something, we typically find someone that's willing to let us do that and go to that person before the person prior, because we just like the convenience of being able to do it on our own and not have to talk with somebody or not have to, go through a whole process. We just want to be able to book what we want and move on. So we do offer the instant book. You don't have to, but one way we really try to vet out our potential renters is once we get the instant book, we're going to start asking some questions. We're going to ask questions like where they're going to go, making sure that the reservation is correct. Do you plan to tow it? Do you plan us to, have it delivered? We've had that mix up before, so definitely want to ask that. How many people are going to be there, right? Is your camper going to be suitable for them? Where's their campsite? Where's the campground? All of the information, making sure that the campsite, does it have electric? Does it have sewer? Does it have water? So that way you know what to expect when maybe you're delivering it, or you can relay what to expect to that renter if they're going to be renting the camper, and maybe they picked a campsite that's 30 feet and they're going to try to put your 35-foot bunkhouse in there. It's not going to work, right? Or they're going to have a really hard time and they're not going to have a good, enjoyable camping trip, which is again what we're trying to give them. So you want to make sure that everything that they have reserved is going to fit for your camper, right? So definitely want to ask, how many people? Are there any pets? Where are they going? Will they be towing, or do you need it delivered? Those are the main questions that we ask. And after that, I don't want to dive in too much into, what exactly they're doing. People don't want to share everything about their lives. And the next step is to get some policies in place, right? You're going to set some policies on RVshare. However, we encourage you to go get a rental agreement, a separate rental agreement, which you can upload on these websites. And so what we do is we ask for the email address of the potential renter and we send them our standard rental agreement. They can review it. They can ask us any questions on it. It has all the rules and regulations in regards to our camper, has the extra, if they choose not to clean the camper, right, we do ask that all of the campers are returned as clean as they were delivered. And if it's not, then there's a cleaning fee, right? And if they trash the thing, there's a deep cleaning fee. So we have everything broken down into a rental agreement that's separate from RVshare and Outdoorsy. We send it to the renter, make sure they review it, make sure they don't have any questions on it. As long as everything's good to go, we're going to have them sign off on it. Either electronically, they can sign it and send it back to us, or we're going to go through it when we drop it off. So that's really the next thing is, what do we do when we drop it off or when somebody's picking up our camper? You're going to want to spend about a half hour to an hour talking with them, showing them everything in regards to the camper, showing them where the gauges are, showing them how to turn on and off the propane, show them how to, where the main GFCI breaker switch is on the plug. Ours is in the bathroom, right? They plug a hairdryer in and it pops, and they're out of power. It might save you a phone call in the middle of the night. So we want to spend about a half hour to an hour going over everything, showing them how to dump the tank, showing them how to hitch it up if they're towing it, showing them how to level it, showing them how to use the stabilizer jacks, right? We don't want them using the stabilizer jacks as leveling jacks. So we want to show them all of this to prevent future damage on your camper. Now, one of the main things that we really stress, because pretty much everything is covered by insurance except for that awning. The awning is the big thing. It's expensive on these campers. We do allow use of the awning, but I stress to them, if you do not see it, don't use it. Do not have it out. If you are out underneath it, great, use it up. If you are inside the camper and it is just out to be out, roll it up. It's a push of a button. It takes all of 5 seconds to roll up the awning when not in use, right? So that's a big thing I stress, because I don't want them having to pay for something that's going to be very costly and not covered by insurance. And speaking of insurance, that's the next thing to go with in regards to renting out your camper, is making sure your insurance company allows you to rent it out. Now, not all insurance companies will. So you might have to go out and get a commercial policy. But if they do allow you to rent it out, then you can simply use the insurance that's provided through the platforms to have the renter covered during their trip. So if you guys have any questions, any comments, please comment below. We'd love to hear from you. If you are thinking about renting out your camper, There's other ways to do it. Company like ours, there's other companies around. We are looking to consign units. So in order for us to grow our fleet, we can offer to manage everything when it comes to the rental business, finding the renters, doing the orientation. We will have the rental agreement in place. We have the insurance in place. We have everything ready to go to take on and manage your camper. You get to still use it whenever you want, right? You can come and block off certain calendar dates when you want to use the camper, or maybe you want it for all of June and all of July and you just want to rent it August and September and October. That is fine. We can set something up. I'd love to talk with you if you do own a camper and you're looking to make a little bit of money on it, or maybe have it pay for itself. Give us a shout, shoot us a message. We'd love to talk to you about the consignment rental program. It's called our Fleet Owner Program, and it is listed on our website, so take a look at it. If you guys have any questions, please let us know.